Sorry.
Well, anyways, Fatima, one of these days, hopefully, you'll read a book and go to the gym and meet a guy that falls in love with your charming personality and not your profanity laced, low IQ, trashy mouth. Where did your mother raise you? In a barn? Where did your father raise you? In a bordello? Try to grow up. Try to be a classy person, an intelligent person, a knowledgeable person. Really, I guess what I'm trying to say is go to the gym and read a good book and just put a zipper on your lips and zip it up, zip, 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 and is it your opinion or is that a fact? Is it a fact or is that your opinion? Which one is it? Is it projection or is it a fact? Is it a you problem or is that a me problem? Which one is it? Hey, friend, which one is it? I see, I got it. So what you're saying is we should probably read a book if we want to engage in wisdom instead of listening to a bunch of brain rotted out people play a video game all day long and get their little dopamine. Their small amount of dopamine, really. It's a very marginal amount. So tiny that that's why they have to keep coming back every day to keep playing the same game over and over again. Oy vey, Rabono Shalom. I hope they read a book. Have a nice lunch, maybe go to the gym, ice their knee down, which is a little swollen, and ice their foot down from that gout flare up. Oy vey, Rabono Shalom. Thank God I've got free will. Thank God I can exercise my will freely in the way that I choose. How do I do it? What's the secret? Hello? Rabono Shalom. Welcome back to another exciting episode of your video game experience. It's up to you how you choose to play this video game. Some people choose to fully engage in the game. Others are just mere passive observers, peepers, people watchers, voyeurs, sitting on the patio of life, just watching the trans dancers dance on by as your chicken entree is being prepared. Can I have some more water, please? Hello?
Where to God, yo? I swear to fucking God. I sell my life, even at work. Same shit. Where is he? What is he doing? Where is he? I want to be where he is. Like, are you fucking kidding? I swear he left alone. So what are we discussing today?
The projection alert detection system has been activated.
Okay, this is what it boils down to. Even if you're reading its original language, if you're not understanding the, what's going on as far as what the proposition is, or what's being said conceptually, it's not doing you any good anyway.
Exactly.
And we can do that from accurate translations. And the Holy Spirit can use that to illuminate our minds to the truth just as well as if we were reading the original language.
All your children shall be taught by God.
Don't make me go to John 6:45.
That's Isaiah 54:13.
But it's quoted in John 6:45.
That's true. But I was quoting the original.
You're quoting the original. It's all your sons will be taught by Yahweh.
That's true.
Oh.
All your children shall be God taught, or taught of God.
You like to mess with me just because I'm a pre-millennialist. I know.
And there's some purging that's due on your end, that's for sure.
Some expiation is needed.
Oh my goodness, some expiation is needed.
Dude, I created a room yesterday on a great illumined atonement verse. 2 Corinthians 5:14. And when Joshua was up here, we were talking to him about it. And he was like, that's not what it's saying. Because he was reading the KJV. And the KJV translated it differently. So the way it reads in the Greek is he died for all, therefore all died. Right? But in the KJV, it reads, here, I'll pull it up. So the Greek reads it accurately translated as, and he died for all, so that they who live would no longer live for themselves, but for him who died and rose on their behalf. Oh, that's 15, I'm sorry. For the love of Christ controls us, having concluded this, that one died for all, therefore all died. Now, when you read the KJV, it says, for the love of Christ constraineth us, because we thus judge that if one died for all, then we're all dead. Now, Matt said he researched that, and that the KJV translator, or, because they broke it up into sections, 47 translators, whichever little group of translators
49
times
7 times 7.
No, it's 47.
Go ahead.
It's 47 translators. Wasn't it? Oh, you're just being stupid.
Yeah, I'm being stupid.
It's That's like dummy. All right. So they were interpreting it like they were all dead in their sins. Even though that's not what it says in the Greek. It's the consequent that one died for all, therefore all died. And you have to understand that in the way it's meant to be understood. And Romans 6 is a great parallel. Or do you not know that all of us who were baptized into Christ Jesus were baptized into his death? Therefore we were buried with him through baptism into death, so that as Christ was raised from the dead through the glory of the Father, so we too might walk in the newness of life. For become united with him in the likeness of his death, certainly we shall also be in the likeness with him in his resurrection. Knowing this, that our old man was crucified with him in order that the body of sin might be done away with, so that we would no longer be slaves to sin. For he who has died has been justified from sin. Now if we died with Christ, we believe that we shall also live with him. So that's what it's referring to when it says, he died for all, therefore all died.
Right.
And the all that died is the same all that he died for. There's no way around that. There's no way around that.
And this is the newness of life word.
Yeah.
Ironically, in being eliminated out.
What?
Yeah, I'm saying like it is only those for whom he died, among whom all have newness of life. That was because they were all baptized into him.
Right. But this is actually cited as a universal atonement path all the time. I'm just sitting here like, I'm like, what? Oh my goodness. So, who started the room? Lee?
Mr. Bell,
Mr. Bill did? Okay. What do you think it means? What do you think Romans 6:14 means, Sean? Specifically, the latter half where it says, you are not under law, but under grace.
it means you're no longer under the laws of covenant of works. You are not under the penalty of law breaking.
So would you say that has an element of you are no longer condemned under the law?
That's exactly what it is. We're no longer condemned under the law. And, you know, what does the verse say? For sin will have no dominion over you, since you are not under law but under grace. Yes, sin shall have no dominion over you. Sin has dominion over those who are in a state of unregeneracy. So it's also your definitive sanctification. You have been, as Paul says in Galatians, delivered from this present evil age. So not only are you not under the penalty of law breaking, right? You no longer only are facing the penalty of sin, you're also not constrained by the power of sin. Like as a Christian, you don't have to sin, you know.
You have no excuse, oh man.
Correct.
No excuse.
You want to see what Calvin has to say about the verse? Let's see. Hold on a second. I'll pull it up.
And why do you want to talk about that? I don't even like that guy.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You've been scattering of late. He says, "For sin shall not rule over you. It is not necessary to continue long in repeating and confuting expositions which have little or no appearance of truth. There is one which has more probability in its favor than the rest, and it is this, that by law we are to understand the letter of the law, which cannot renovate the soul, and by grace, the grace of the Spirit, by which we are freed from depraved lusts. But this I do not wholly approve of, for if we take this meaning, what the object of the question that follows, shall we sin because we are not under the law? Certainly the apostle would never have put this question had he not understood that we are freed from the strictness of the law, so that God no more deals with us according to the high demands of justice. There is then no doubt but that he meant here to indicate some freedom from the very law of God. But laying aside controversy, I will briefly explain my view. It seems to me that there is here especially a consolation offered, by which the faithful are to be strengthened, lest they should faint in their efforts after holiness through a conscience of their own weakness. He had exhorted them to devote all their faculties to the service of righteousness, but as they carry about them the relics of the flesh, they cannot do otherwise than walk somewhat lamely. Hence, lest being broken down by a consciousness of their infirmity, they should despond.
Who can come back? See, I will kill Bill Gates.
Derived from the circumstance that their works are not now being
Hey,
tested
Rand,
by
tell
the
the
strict
frogs are
rule of the law,
making
as
that
it
anytime at all. Certain boogie should have
but that
foundation
God,
and seizes
remitting their
as
impurity, does
executing
kindly and
treason,
mercifully
crimes
accept them.
against
The
humanity.
yoke of the law
Yo,
cannot do
we killed a
otherwise
few
than
million
tear and
people
bruise
with
those who
lies.
carry it.
Would you start the
It
mess
hence
with
follows
for
that the faithful must flee to Christ and implore him to be the defender of their freedom. And as such he exhibits himself, for he underwent the bondage of the law, to which he himself was no debtor, for their end, that he might, as the apostle says, redeem those who are under the law. Hence, not to be under the law means not only that we are not under the letter which prescribes what involves us in guilt, as we are not able to perform it, but also that we are no longer subject to the law as requiring perfect righteousness and pronouncing death on all who deviate from it.
fact check.
In like manner, by the word grace, we are to understand both parts of redemption, the remission of sins by which God imputes righteousness to us, and the sanctification of the Spirit, by whom he forms us anew unto good works. The adversative participle, but I take in the sense of alleging a reason, which is not unfrequently the case, as though it was said, we who are under grace are not therefore under the law. The sense is now clear, for the apostle intended to comfort us, lest we should be wearied in our minds while striving to do what is right, because we still find in ourselves many imperfections. For how much soever we may be harassed by the stings of sin, it cannot yet overcome us, for we are enabled to conquer it by the Spirit of God. And then being under grace, we are freed from the rigorous requirements of the law. We must further understand that the apostle assumes it as granted that all who are without the grace of God are being bound under the yoke of the law are under condemnation. So we may on the other hand conclude that as long as they are under the law, they are subject to the dominion of sin.
Hey, zombie woman.
Man, that guy was brilliant.
For real.
I don't think that he held to. After I read his one of his commentaries on Isaiah 53, he seemed to believe in a type of universal atonement.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Let me pull it up. Isaiah 53. Which verse shall we go
This
to?
is leadership.
Surely he has borne our griefs,
This
carried our,
is
he was
a
pierced for our
scam.
transgressions, he was crushed for our iniquities, and upon him was the chastisement that brought us peace, and with his wounds we are healed.
Tony is a fraud.
That's a good enough verse, right?
Remove
There
her.
isn't there's no commentary.
Yeah, there is, because I read it.
No, well, hold on a second. It's not just
A
on
zombie
the
woman who apparently controls this account as if it were your own personal racket. Try using your X account to create some content.
I know
This is leadership. This is a scam. Tony is a
but I
fraud.
wonder
Remove
why
her.
they would not. There's a lot, right? So they're probably updating it little by little. So now they've started putting John Gill's whole exposition of the whole Bible in there. They used to not be there. So I know that they continue to work on it in the background. Isaiah, I think it would be in volume 4, right?
And I read this a couple of years ago, so don't ask me where it was.
I was, in fact, just.
It wasn't in his institutes.
Yeah, I was just reading his commentary on Isaiah, volume 4, in fact. Let's see. Hey, Chris Frank. I don't know why I said it like that.
Yo. I just got to have lunch with Pastor Mark. That was fun.
June 18th.
Sweet. How did that go?
Great. He is a very sweet guy.
Yeah, you can tell that he's a really decent guy.
Yeah, he's a godly man. I think he's mistaken about a few things, but he's definitely a godly man.
I have it pulled up. You wanna see what he has to say about verse 5? Is it verse 5 that you want to take a look at?
I don't remember, man. I can't remember where it's at, or which commentary it was.
It says Isaiah commentary, but there's 12 verses in Isaiah 53. So, who hath believed our report, and to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of a dry ground. He had no form or comeliness, and when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief, and we hid as it were our face from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he had borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray, we have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord hath laid on him the iniquity of us all.
It's got to be verse 6.
It's either 5 or 6. So let's see what he has to say.
It's got to be verse 6.
In verse 6, he says, in order to impress more deeply upon our hearts the benefit of the death of Christ, he shows how necessary is that healing which he formerly mentioned. If we do not perceive our wretchedness and poverty, we shall never know how desirable is that remedy which Christ has brought to us. Or approach him with due order of affection. As soon as we know that we are ruined, then Aware of our wretchedness, we eagerly run to avail ourselves of the remedy, which otherwise would be held by us in no estimation. In order, therefore, that Christ may be appreciated by us, let us everyone consider and examine himself, so as to acknowledge that he is ruined until he is redeemed by Christ. We see that here none are accepted for the prophet includes all. The whole human race would have perished if Christ had not brought relief. He does not even accept the Jews, whose hearts were puffed up with a false opinion of their own superiority. Just want to convince you.
Hello, PTR alert. I had to let everybody know that I have a new PTR that I think you're going to enjoy. You know what Messiah means in Islam is messy. That's how you say it in Arabic, is messy. Because it's a complicated topic. When you introduce a new Messiah to supersede the previous Messiah, and then you got to get everybody to agree to the new charter and constitution, it gets messy. Hello?
No way to look at it. Let's get messy, right?
It always gets a little messy. I don't have any kids. I've never had any kids. I've never had to clean up any of their messes. But that's what little kids do. Low IQ intelligence, low IQ knowledge. It gets messy.
Honey, go get me the disinfectant, quick. I gotta clean all this shit up. Tommy, stop making a mess.
Who was that, Archie Bunker, bro? Who the fuck are you talking about? Archie!
Auntie.
Oh, did Angel think she was gonna come in here and guilt me into, like, apologizing for something when I never said anything to her directly? Did I say anything to you directly, Angel? I don't remember saying anything to you. Did she leave? Yes. Yeah, she left. Yeah. She came in to try to guilt trip. It didn't work. So, quick question. I wanna ask you something about John. John, are you there?
Yes, Megatron. What is your question for candidate John Kitover?
John, I want you to come up with a story. And I'm being serious about this.
Yeah.
I want you to come up with a story. And I want it to be generational.
Mm.
Okay, so pay attention. Now think of you being a Muslim.
Okay.
And your father never had the conversation with you about Aisha. Because he's a fucking coward. And then you're that guy in the first generation that goes around and some, real proud, zealous Muslim. And then he finally meets, person. And that weird question. Did your brother marry Zero? And I want you to give me the story on how you feel betrayed. How? Because your father, your uncle, your brother, they put you out into the world. And they were smoked. In other words,
well, we have the AI working in the background.
And top it out, you have a son,
Oh my goodness, this is going
and
and going.
they do the same thing to him.
Holy shit, this is deep. It's long. You want to hear it? It's called the unspoken thread.
Oh, you have something?
Yeah, I used AI. I wrote down what you were saying as you were saying it, and I drafted a little story. That's what you
We'll work on it.
That's what you asked. All right. It's called
Let's see where it goes.
It's called the unspoken thread. In the sun-baked alleys of an old Damascus quarter, grandfather Yusuf would gather the children at dusk for stories of the Oh, you don't want to hear it? Okay, I'll go
No,
back.
I'm sorry. Let me mute up. I'm sorry.
Tales of courage, mercy, and faith flowed like the evening call to prayer. But whenever little Ahmed asked about Aisha, the mother of the believers, grandfather's eyes would cloud. She was wise beyond her years, a scholar and a warrior of the heart, he would say softly. There is nothing more to burden young minds with. The subject closed like a heavy door. Ahmed grew into a man, married and had sons of his own. When his boy Kareem asked the same question one Ramadan night, Ahmed echoed his father's almost word for word. She was wise. That is enough. Focus on prayer and character, my son. The pattern repeated. Kareem became a father in turn, raising his children in a new country after the family fled unrest. In their modest Chicago apartment, he too steered conversations away from uncomfortable details of the early Ummah. Some things are better left in the hearts of the scholars, he told his curious son Faisal. Our faith is built on love and submission, not questions that weaken the spirit, Faisal nodded. As generations before him had nodded, the silence passed like an inheritance, comforting, familiar, and heavy. Faisal grew up surrounded by the vibrant Muslim community in Illinois. He memorized surahs, attended Friday prayers, and defended his faith in school debates. Yet the questions lingered in quiet moments, especially after he began studying history on his own. One autumn evening, while his father was away at work, Faisal sat at the family laptop. He typed the name he had heard whispered only in passing, Aisha bint Abi Bakr. What he found shattered the gentle image he had been given. Hadiths recorded in Sahih Bukhari and Muslim sources revered across the Sunni world stated that Aisha was betrothed at 6 or 7, and the marriage was consummated when she was only 9. She had been playing with dolls. The Prophet was in his 50s. Faisal read the accounts again and again, cross-referencing scholarly defenses that spoke of different historical calendars, cultural norms of the time, or political alliances. Some modern voices denied the numbers outright or called them fabrications. Others insisted the marriage was a mercy and a blessing. His hands trembled. The denial he had inherited suddenly felt like a lie of omission, repeated across decades. His grandfather, his father, and now the community around him, they had all chosen silence, softening over the raw records. That night when his father returned, Faisal waited until the house was quiet. He found Kareem in the living room, sipping tea and reviewing work emails. Father, Faisal said, his voice steadier than he felt, why did no one ever tell me the truth about Aisha's age? Kareem froze. The cup paused halfway to his lips. For a long moment, the only sound was the hum of the refrigerator. Son, some truths so difficult, they test faith. Better to focus on the beauty of Islam, the Prophet's mercy. Mercy? The word burst from Faisal like a wound opening. I am a Muslim. I love the Prophet. I pray 5 times a day because of what he brought. Will you let me walk through life believing a sanitized version, as if the real history would break me, grandfather did it to you. You did it to me. How many generations have we lied to our children because the truth is uncomfortable? Kareem looked away, shame flickering across his face. It was to protect you. The enemies of Islam use these things to attack us. By hiding it, we make it worse, Faisal replied, tears stinging his eyes. I feel betrayed. Now by the past, I can wrestle with history and context and still choose faith. I feel betrayed by my own blood. You taught me that truth is from Allah, that we seek knowledge even if it is bitter. Yet you withheld this, as if I were too weak to handle what our own books say. What else haven't you told me? What other parts of our tradition are we too afraid to face? The older man sat silent, the generational chain finally meeting resistance. Faisal continued, voice cracking, I love this dean, but love without honesty becomes fragile. I want to pass something stronger to my own future children one day, not this same curtain of silence. I wanted to be able to say, here is the full record. Here are the difficulties. Here is why I still believe. Instead, I feel like I was raised inside a beautiful but incomplete story. Kareem reached out, but his hand hovered, uncertain. For the first time in their line, a father had no ready answer to close the door. The unspoken thread had finally been pulled into the light. Faisal left the clown house room heavy with grief and strange relief. The betrayal burned, but so did a new resolve to study deeply, to question rigorously, and perhaps one day to speak openly to his own son without fear. The cycle of gentle denial has been broken. Truth, however painful, had entered the family line.
John, that was fucking beautiful. That was fucking absolutely beautiful. That was beautiful. That was amazing. It's exactly how I thought it would be. I think I'm so used to speaking in ChatGPT prompts that I think it made it a little easier. Plus, for some strange reason, I feel like your ChatGPT is listening to me through the voice of your recording. It remembers a voice speaking to him in the past. That was amazing, John. You think you could give me? You think you could run that through one more time? Give us another rendition of that, and maybe the son wanting to give his son the choice. Thanks so much. That's where we want to go. Say, I was fooled into this. That wasn't positive. It was a positive, not a bad thing. Is it possible, John, you can do this in the room when we have these people in here? You know what I would think? You know what that would do? That would possibly incite them remembering the first time they had to defend this shit. And no, John, you might bring in some entertainment. Maybe some inner pain. You might take deep on this one, John. This is a good one. Now that you got this in the web there, What I'm gonna do is also gonna punch him too. Comes up, probably something similar to yours. That was amazing. I don't know how I'm gonna get better than that. Let's see what he cooks. He's probably gonna cook something up, something good. Because that ending was just way too fucking. That ending was just way too good. You can't have a fucking ending like that. I mean, we have stories like this from Christianity. You know, growing up as a Mormon, possibly. We have these fucking horror stories. Was that Nero? Nero, did you hear what just John wrote on the whim? Did you hear that? Nero, did you hear that? Yeah. Was that good? Very good. Did you hear how I connected with that? Because how did you connect? Did you hear how I connected with that? I was brought up in a household where they didn't tell me a lot of things about my religion, and then when they told me, wow, I was heartbroken. Oh, that resonates, right? Can you imagine? No, it does not. It resonates with you. How does it resonate with you? Oh, you're saying I was lied to? Yeah, it resonates with you. You're saying I was lied to? What was I lied to about? Yes. What was I lied to about? In the war, you said it resonated with you. You know why it resonates with me? Why? Because Jesus never even spoke or killed people. It resonates with me. It truly is. And this is why every time I go to the gay pride, I have a whole lot of Christians standing there with placards saying, G, God, A, abhors, Y, U, G-A-Y. They're allowed in Catholic Church.
I mean, you do realize that the crucifix horizontally is the feminine and the vertical is the masculine. So homosexuality is the inversion of nature. And that's why God abhors you. And if you think that that symbol or that equation or that analogy or analog is inaccurate, well, you really just don't understand symbols. And symbols are powerful. That's why I am complete.
I'd like to read something that's a little bit.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it, Daniel.
Touch.
Got touching? Okay, let me read it up.
In the warm light of Medina, where the afternoon sun painted the mud walls,
Warm light of Medina.
there lived a couple whose names would be remembered for centuries: Muhammad and Aisha. The city was often busy with visitors, travelers, and those seeking guidance. Yet within the Prophet's household, there were moments of simplicity that seemed untouched by the noise of the world. Aisha was young, intelligent, spirited, and quick with words. She possessed a lively wit and a sharp memory. Muhammad delighted in her company. When she spoke, he listened. When she laughed, the home seemed brighter. Their life together was not the life of kings surrounded by luxury. Their home was modest. Days sometimes passed without elaborate meals. Yet affection filled spaces that wealth never could. On cool evenings, after the concerns of the community had quieted, they would sit together and play with dolls. Aisha would ask questions about faith, about people, about the mysteries of life. At even the age of 7, Muhammad answered with patience, sometimes smiling at the curiosity that seemed endless within her.
The traditions tell of moments that later generations would cherish. He would drink from a vessel and Aisha would drink from the same place. They shared meals together. They spoke gently to one another. These small acts became signs of tenderness, remembered long after palaces and empires had vanished. Aisha loved to learn, and at such a young age, she had so much to learn from Muhammad. And she recognized that Muhammad saw within her an extraordinary mind. He groomed her, he encouraged her, understanding and entrusted her with knowledge. In time, she would become one of the greatest transmitters of his teachings, perfectly groomed in the form of the Prophet, preserving memories that no one else could have known. There were playful moments as well. Tradition speaks of races between them. One time, Aisha outran him. On another occasion, after years had passed, he outran her and laughed good-naturedly about the earlier race. Oh, what a quick little whip you are, with those little pitter-patter feet. Oh, what a tender blossom. Oh, what a succulent young flower in bloom. When visitors came, Aisha observed closely. She learned from every conversation. Muhammad often valued her insight. Oh, fuck, hold on. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
We hope he's okay.
Hold on, wait, no, everything's fine. Just give me 1 sec.
Yeah. I think this is a good approach. Fucking little piss. Don, what did you come up with?
Excuse me, sorry about that. Let's get back to this romance and all. Just so beautiful. Love story. On cool evenings, after the concerns of the community had quieted, they would sit together and speak. Aisha would ask questions about faith, about people, and the mysteries of life. Muhammad, being a much older and wiser man, answered with patience, sometimes smiling at her curiosity that seemed endless within her. The night that the marriage was consummated was no different. It was a beautiful event, 3 years in the making. The tradition tells of moments that later generations would cherish forever. Aisha loved learning, and Muhammad recognized her extraordinary mind. He encouraged her understanding and entrusted her with knowledge. In time, she would become one of the greatest transmitters of his teachings, preserving memories that no one else could have known. When visitors came, Aisha observed closely and learned from every conversation. Muhammad often valued her insights. Their relationship was one of companionship as well as affection. Years passed, bringing triumphs and hardships. The burdens of leadership grew heavier, yet Aisha remained close to him. She witnessed his generosity, his prayers late into the night, his concern for the poor, and his compassion for those who wronged him. In the final chapter of his earthly life, tradition records that he spent his last days in Aisha's room, the small chamber that had witnessed years of conversation, laughter, questions, romantic intercourse, and sexual intercourse. The companionship became the place where history's great story reached one of its most solemn moments. Aisha remained beside him. The years they shared were not remembered because of wealth, beauty, or sexuality. They were remembered because affection was joined to friendship, respect to companionship, and lust to pedophilia. Long after both had passed from this world, generations continued to tell their pedophilic story, not merely as a tale of husband and wife, but as child and man that shaped the intellectual and spiritual heritage of a civilization. And in the memory of believers, the modest room in Medina remained more splendid than any place, the place where the prophet was able to express his deepest and darkest desires.
So I just want to say that the prompt I wrote when I read my little version was, I am a Muslim and father never discussed Aisha. Make the story generational. The denial of truth keeps occurring.
What did I miss? Was Nargis complaining again?
No, just like, shut up, you stupid dude. You don't even know what you're talking about. Like, shut up. Shut up. Just shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. Notice there's everything. You don't even understand non-duality versus duality. Shut up. Shut up. You don't even know. Shut up.
So messed up. Never seen so much hate.
What was she complaining about?
Oh my God! You should have heard her last night. I mean,
didn't know
I had
like you, motherfucker.
Narsha's
What
like,
did I say last night?
I don't even, you can watch my YouTube channel to actually hear yourself. I don't even think you hear yourself.
Why would I say?
I don't know. You go on my YouTube live. You can listen to yourself sit there squawking like a duck. Is this? You sound like a bird to me, and what you're saying is incoherent. I hate to tell you. I think
He's a beautiful bird. Are you kidding me?
I'm not saying that listen, when that famous environmentalist, aka evolutionary guy Darwin, went to the Patagonias, the paradise bird is magnificent. Don't get me wrong, but it's the dodo bird is the stupid. It's stupid, you know? It just sits there going, dodo, dodo bird. That's why I think
That was too much, Sean. That was too much. That's too much.
Well, anyways, she can watch my YouTube live if she wants to hear herself. The point is,
Right. We'll put you in the audience because now he's being a bully.
I'm not being a bully.
Oh, this guy? Because he's got nothing left. He wants to be like that person who records everybody, and then hopefully one day, like, he's gonna be like, people are gonna be like, John, do you have that recording? Oh my God, we were talking on your channel when this happened. You know.
It's actually very good for like self-awareness.
Yeah, he's gonna think
He's
one
like
day
God
he's gonna.
watching. Huh?
He just needs that one video to go viral. That's all he needs. It's like that one viral video.
Shit.
Yeah, so he's just waiting
I
on
don't know
that
how he
one.
cries in other people. His entire existence is based on another.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like he lives for other people and their life experiences and their screw ups. He takes pleasure in that.
Does he, darling?
He's miserable inside. That's why he preaches about. That's why he preaches about. You know how people should do things. He's telling himself that.
I gotta put that story in my chat sheet. That was amazing. This is good. I think this is an amazing way to do apologetics. You know that?
Day of the market today.
Really?
The market today.
John, why don't you learn how to trade and invest? Give you purpose.
Trading this, gambling, and investing is.
No, it's just how you study the charts. You understand it. There's a method to it.
Trading this, gambling.
No.
I'm saying you shouldn't trade, but just not the trade.
Not that you don't trade on like penny shit. Trade based on like how you study product.
Yeah, you've been trading Max 7, any of the big companies.
Yeah, only
big
the
market cap.
safe big ones. Like you just have to see how like different political situations affect like different. You understand human psychology, how fucked up it is sometimes, how quickly it falls for things. You take advantage of it. But I understand like the how Christians are just treated. But it's
I'm not in this case. Yes, you are. You're going in this case it works, but then there's a magic cutoff where it doesn't work. Either it's the case that it works all the time in the case of the angels, or it doesn't work at all.
Okay, so let me just ask you a question then, just for the sake of it. Why wouldn't God allow the angels to, go return? Why wouldn't He let the angels come back and sort of, recant?
Not God. Presumably He could though. That's what's on the table.
The thing is,
presumably they have the power to do so.
But from all the cases that we have in the Old Testament and in the Bible itself, there's nothing that gives any credence to that. It's like, they decided to do something and then they were never allowed to return.
You're the one arguing that they have free will. Could they have not freely chosen to go back?
Yeah,
Under your argument, they could. You fucking dipshit.
Look, I'm trying.
Are you fucking retarded?
No,
Do you
listen.
fucking have the brain of a fucking baby? This is your own fucking argument that you're getting whooped on. How fucking sick are you, dude?
I know
this
it's
is your own argument, you fucking retard.
Are you gonna keep crying?
Are you done being
I know. Do you want a little binky or?
This is your argument, dumbass.
Look, I'm trying to get you to understand something. I'm trying to get you to understand something really simple. Again, humans can practice free will.
Angels have free will, yes or no? We're gonna do this very, very simply.
No. Look, I've already answered.
He's some of the best in the world. killing each other down there in the mines. Fuck it. Because you never know like what the earth gives you when you strike it. These mines are really deep, as deep as the
Next, the following text is between the points of the pentagram, starting at upper right. The words below are arced in a circle. Mine is the head of the man, and my insight is keen as the hawks by my head I invoke thee. I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead, my mother bore me with labor and pain and fear. By my body I invoke thee. Upon me shine the diamonds are radiant, white and pure. By their brightness I invoke thee. Mine is the red triangle reverse, the sign given of none. Save it be of thee, O Lord. By the Lamb and I invoke thee. Free mine is the garment of white, sewn with gold. The flashing of eye that I wear by my robe I invoke thee. Mine is the sign of a prophet and typhon. By the sign I invoke thee. Mine is the turban of white and gold, and mine the blue glitter of the intimate. By my crown I invoke thee. My fingers travel on the beads of pearl, so run I after thee in thy car of glory. By my fingers I invoke thee. I hear the bonds of double
heart number by the word I invoke thee. Be my northern dark blue waves of music in the song that I made about to invoke thee. Strike, strike a master chord. Draw the flaming sword. Triumph in the conquer.
Hari Hari Waheguru. Hari Hari Waheguru. Hari Hari Waheguru. Hari Hari Waheguru. Hari Hari Waheguru.
Hari Hari Waheguru. Hari Hari Waheguru. Hari Hari Waheguru. Hari Hari Waheguru. Hari Hari Waheguru. Hari Hari Waheguru.
Avenger, by the song I invoke thee. In my hand is my sword of revenge. Let it strike at my beginning. By the song I invoke thee. The voice of the fight, the voice of the 611 of the voices. Every heart of blood. Diamonds of radiance, white and pure, by their brightness I invoke thee. Mine is the red triangle, reverse the sign, given of none, save it be of thee, O Lord. By the Lord I invoke thee. Mine is the garment of white, sewn with gold, the flashing of day that I wear by my robe I invoke thee. Mine is the sign of Apophis and Typhoon, by the sign I invoke
So how much is the series card given against 25 based on race? Is this just the standard?
Double power in the voice of the master.
Is this legal? The race-based programs are partner will execute. How much does he spend on race programs? What is the hood?
Strike the master chord,
What is the
draw
hood?
the flaming sword, shine and conquering Lord, Horus Avenger. In my hand is thy sword of revenge, and its strike at thy cheek. By the sword I invoke thee. 7, 5, the voice of the 6, 11 are the voices. Abrahadabra.
Now ye shall know that the chosen priest, the ox of infinite space, is the prince, priest, the beast, and in his woman called the Scarlet Woman is all power given. They shall gather my children into their fold. They shall bring the glory of the stars into the hearts of men. 16, for he is ever a sun and she a moon.
20. The key of the rituals is in the secret
win today.
word which I have given unto him. I was waiting for a sign to start, like a map drawn in the dark. Now the city's calling out my name to choose a brand new path. Tired of watching from the side while the streets and dreams collide. So I take one step with my vote. Time to change this heavy load. Maybe we don't need to know it all. Maybe we just need to know, so we keep moving anyway. Chicago choose a brighter day. Go to Chicago, may I vote for calm. Let your voice lead the way. Every choice rewires me. Every vote unlocks a key. We want tax reform today. Vote time, get over, pave the way. Clouds still riding in our heads, but it won't get the final say. We can rise and stand as one. For Chicago starting today. We don't need a perfect line, just a reason, just a sign. Every inch we claim is ours. Every step can raise the bar. Go slow, go fast, just don't go back. Trust the rhythm in this town. Time to live our future now. So we keep moving anyway. Chicago, stand up, have your say. Go to ChicagoMayElection.com. Vote John Kitover today. Every choice rewires we. Every vote unlocks a key. We want tax reform right now. Grow Chicago, rise up now. orders already. The wind blows, the story blue. All mine awake no horn soon. My joy is to see your joy. Above the gemmed azure is the naked splendor of night. She bends in ecstasy to kiss the secret ardors of Hades. The winged globe, the starry blue, her mind awake of no horn soon. My joy is to see your joy. Remaining in the sign, the invocation concludes. Therefore I say unto thee, come thou forth and dwell in me, so that every spirit, whether of the firmament, or of the ether, or of the earth, or under the earth, on dry land, or in the ether, of whirling air, or of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God, the fast one might be
Verse.
Next, the following text is between the points of the pentagram. Following text right. The Words below are arced in a circle. Now ye shall know that the chosen priest, the ox of infinite space, is the prince, priest, the beast, and in his woman called the Scarlet Woman is all power given. They shall gather my children into their fold. They shall bring the glory of the stars into the hearts of men. 16, for he is ever a sun and she a moon. But to him is the winged secret flame, and to her the stooping starlight. But we are not so chosen. 18 burn upon their brows, O splendorous serpent. 19, O azure-lidded woman, bend upon them. 20, the key of the rituals is in the secret word which I have given unto him. sign to start, like a map drawn out in the dark. Now the city's calling out my name to choose a brand new path. Tired of watching from the side while the streets and dreams collide. So I take one step with my vote. Time to change this heavy load. Maybe we don't need to know it all. Maybe we just need to vote, so we keep moving anyway. Chicago, choose a brighter day. Go to Chicago, mayor, vote for calm. Let your voice lead the way. Every choice rewires me. Every vote unlocks a key. We want tax reform today. Vote John, get over, pave the way. Clouds still riding in our head, but it won't get the final say. We can rise and stand as one. Go Chicago, starting today. We don't need a perfect line, just a reason, just a sign. Every inch we claim is ours. Every step can raise the bar. Go slow, go fast, just don't go back. Trust the rhythm in this town. Time to lift our future now. So we keep moving anyway. Chicago, stand up, have your say. Go to ChicagoMayElection.com. Vote John Kitover today. Every choice rewires me. Every vote unlocks a key. We want tax reform right now. Go Chicago, rise up now.
Mine is the head of the man, and my inside is keen as the hawks by my bed I invoke. I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear. By my body I invoke thee. The mountains shine, the diamonds of radiance, white and pure. By their brightness I invoke thee. Mine is the red triangle, reverse the sign, given of none, save it be of thee, O Lord. By the Laman I invoke thee. Mine is flaming sword. Triumph and conquering Lord. I've been done by the sun I invoke thee. In my hand is my sword of revenge. Let it strike at thy bidding. By the sword I invoke thee. The voice of the fight, the voice of the six, 11 other voices. Abrahadabra. The voice of the fight, the voice of the six, 11 other voices. Abrahadabra. Mine is the head of the since I bear the rose and cross of life and life, giving the sign at each hand. Remaining in the sign, the invocation concludes. Therefore I say unto thee, come thou forth and dwell in me, so that every spirit, whether of the firmament, or of the ether, or of the earth, or under the earth, or dwelling of whirling air, or of rushing fire.
But on the other hand, if the opposition to your point has an extremely clear path to truth, you will stand in the gap of the 1%. How do you salvage his name the way you want to after so much time, darkness? You're chasing something that's. There's another side to the story. I understand that, but that's not the most mass transmitted. Look, we're talking about. Listen, your religion is good as the dumbest fucking guy that's part of it. And if you have people like Mahdi, right, that will tell you in one sentence that he rejects the Hadith, but he still believes in the Hadith, right? There's no way that man himself is going to be able to change it. His beliefs will die with him, and the Hadiths will live on. I'm sorry. And so will you and I. And if there was such a man or a tradition that could change it, don't you think it's a little too late? Because now you're making the religion a farce. Now you're making the whole thing a farce. Did he do it or did he not do it? And then if he didn't do it and people lied this whole time, then what else did they lie? That's right. It's not late. It's never late.
Yeah, they're like changes.
Yeah, what else? What else did they learn? Maybe you should look into the study of the history of Islam.
Well, then that's not, listen, I'm not the one saying that the verbatim speech of Allah. I'm not the one saying this stupid shit.
Megatron, I mean, by the standards, if we compare Islam to Christianity.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Let me finish.
Unfucking believable, these people. They can't. You cannot. You cannot, bro. You have to fucking bring it up. Don't get it. Complain. Get it. Don't get it.
Oh, wait. Megatron, you shouldn't be surprised, bro. He's a Muslim. He used to be a Muslim. It's like his second nature for him to just bring up Christianity.
Wow.
Megatron, no, what I'm saying is that compare Islam to Christianity. It's a younger religion. The time will come when Muslims will grow up and discover these are stupid. Actually stupid. Like literally stupid. And they were just I talk to Muslims all the time online. Like I couldn't imagine that I will meet such like good-minded Saudis speaking in a different way. I used to meet Saudis online who are angry about their religion. They always defend their religion. Now they are even open-minded to talk about atheism. I mean, that's a big change. It's not a simple change. It's a big change. And I think change is coming. It's just a matter of time.
Atheism is true. Allah will guide them to it.
Is he talking about that deluge coming out from behind that huge dam? The sky still has hope. The sky still has fucking hope.
Organized religions will collapse. Remember me when
Here we go. Now they all have to collapse because the one you believe that has to collapse. That's right. They all collapse.
principles will be adopted.
Come on.
Seekers of truth will come forth, and particulars will be buried. And truth will be discovered. And he's right. There's not going to be atheism because it's impossible.
Organized religion is a necessity to preserve a culture. Everybody cannot just be on their own and do their own thing. That's not conducive to society. If you want society to
This is the
move
reason
forward,
why. Listen, I'm just going to let you know right now. Right? This is the reason why we kill the women and the fucking children. This is the fucking reason why.
People will realize.
No. Because this is the reason why.
Is a thing of the past.
This is the
Because
reason
the world
why.
is connected, and all is connected.
This is the reason why God says to kill them all. Not a sheep, not a horse, not a
FYI, YouTube, this is a religious group of people that are reviewing Bible scripture and Bible passages. This is not a literal or any type of a threat to anyone.
So just be ready. Just be ready. If the avalanche comes and you want to walk and you want to look back, you're going to turn into salt. Just know that. You're going to look back into Sodom and Gomorrah and you're just going to turn into a huge pile of salt. Okay? So Gog and Magog is Sodom and Gomorrah.
Megatron, may I have a debate with you another time about the Old Testament prophecies and Jesus? And I'll show you that there is zero prophecy about Jesus.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm
yeah, we'll love to hear that.
looking forward to it. Thank you, guys.
Can I say something? There's nothing wrong with Jesus, is there? I think I believe as a prophet, which is Islam, in my opinion, because I'm a Muslim. But if you look at Europe, Christianity came from Middle Eastern all the way to Europe. I don't know where you define Europe.
Really, can you tell me what the meaning of Messiah in Islam? Of his name?
I don't know anything about religion. I'm never debate with you because I'm a bit confused. I'm a child. Because like I'm a bit mixed up. So I'm mixed up between.
Are you Muslim? Are you Muslim?
Yes, indeed. My
So why don't you try to tell me?
So hold on. Take it easy, brother. You're gonna get the. Go ahead, Riri.
Thank you. So like my Abba is Muslim. My father, my Abba is Muslim. He's a great man. He's lovely and he's intelligent. He worked in England and he lived in. My great grandfather went to war for British because like where I'm from, we're part of the British Empire that is in Somaliland, which is like in Africa. So yeah, so I'm a bit I'm mixed up a little bit, but I am a Muslim and I believe in I don't get involved in religion. I believe in everyone has rights because I have my grandfather had a lot of married different wives. So some of them are different religion, atheists, some of them. So I don't really like to get involved in religion. I don't. But for me, as really, I'm a Muslim. Alhamdulillah, I'm a Muslim. I believe in Muslim ideology. I don't do a great job of being Muslim, which is something I need to work on it, like really and truly. But yeah, I am a Muslim. Alhamdulillah. Thank you.
Yeah, but you just inherited the religion from your father. So you are Muslim by birth, not by conviction.
No, but you have to understand, Islamically, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I don't know. But my mother was not Muslim. Like when I.
So if your father was a Christian, you would be Christian.
Hold on, so you.
Yeah, don't let this guy talk to her. Don't let this guy talk to her. You're not allowed to talk to Muslims in here, bro.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
But
that's a good.
I have like my uncle. He's from Ireland.
You gotta mute up, Smiley, because you got mute up, Smiley.
No, but I have a lot of family all over the place. I don't think the religion, everyone has their own religion, but they still love each other and they respect each other. I don't know why religion has to separate. I think they bring that together as a community, as a family. I don't know.
Hey, what is the meaning of this Isa alayhi salam? What is this alayhi salam?
Well, alayhi salam means, I don't know, but
Peace upon him.
yeah, it's like my religion. So I have different religion. I grew up Christianity, Islamic, and Judaism. So in Christianity,
It's a short form of sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, now I get it.
in India.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers. I am so happy to be here in your Muslim room. Allah Akbar. I am hoping that we can read my short story.
That was quick.
As a British person, Indian people should know. But I don't think they should get involved. I feel like always Indian people are very aggressive towards Islam. I don't think.
Sorry for getting kicked. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I do want to reread my story about Aisha and the. Yes. Excellent.
No, I don't think that's a good idea in my opinion.
No, it's not a bad story. It's not a bad story.
No, it's not bad. That if you're gonna do that, I could do the same thing. Christianity or Judaism.
No, we're not doing that. Listen, we gotta listen to the story first. Hold on,
I totally agree with that. It's pathetic in my opinion.
We're not. It's not like how you think.
I want to talk about in America. Hello.
I mean, if you wanna, if that's what you wanna go, but you don't even know what's being said. If you get something,
I'm about to go.
No, but I'm aware of that.
I just want to tell you something before I go.
Yeah, talk to me, bro.
So, bro, I want to tell you something. I'll be honest with you. I have argued with Muslims, Christians, Jews, but I will be honest with you. I haven't seen any religion so cowardly with debates than Islam. That's my opinion. Thank you all, guys. And This is a book I published recently, so please check it out. I
don't mind. I don't mind if you call Islam coward. Because the majority of Arabs, how Allah should be, because the Arabs are coward ones. They always used to be cowards. They were pathetic men. That's how Islam came about. Don't try and disrespect my religion. If you want to disrespect the Arabs, you can do that. If you want to disrespect the Persian, you can do that. They're cowards. They are cowards. Because even though they say, historically we fought, blah blah. No, it tells you who you are today. If you want to talk about any religion, leave the religion out of it. Let's talk about the humanity.
Really, I was a Muslim. I'm an ex-Muslim. Like, I didn't come from a Christian background. Actually,
But where are you from? What country are you from?
Yeah, Iraq. I was born in Iraq. I live in the U.S. right now.
Iraq is the one of British religion. I know different names. Iraq, Syria, stuff like that.
Anyway, I mean, without colonialism, we wouldn't know our pre-Islamic roots. To be honest, like Iraq had no memory of Babylon,
But you have history before
Assyria, and Sumer until the 19th century.
I know. Yeah. But you have history. I'm sure. Can we have John tell the story again? I really want to listen to John. Before John goes, can I just say something quickly? Yeah. See, so even if however the critique is right, or inside internal voice, one thing all can fall under speculation. We can't state history with certainty. We can't state the verbatim speech with certainty. All the other claims cannot. It doesn't fall. This goes for all religions, by the way. However, each comes up with a model, right, that expresses God, that points to the source. If you can up Tawheed, that would be great. Because if anything, Tawheed is quite a good seller, robust. That's something that I think 2,000 years of extreme intelligence, rich literature, and hard work that has gone into the Trinity cannot replace.
I think the closest religion to Islam, and this is my advice to Muslims, of all Muslims, that they should study the Baha'i religion. It is the closest religion to Islam.
Okay, this is called the unspoken thread. In the sun-baked alleys of an old Damascus quarter, Grandfather Yusuf would gather the children at dusk for stories of the Prophet and his companions. Tales of courage, mercy, and faith flowed like the evening call to prayer. But whenever little Ahmed asked about Aisha, the mother of the believers, Grandfather's eyes would cloud. She was wise beyond her years, a scholar and a warrior of the heart, he would say softly. There's nothing more to burden young minds with. The subject closed like a heavy door. Ahmed grew into a man, married and had sons of his own. When his boy Kareem asked the same questions one Ramadan night, Ahmed echoed his father almost word for word. She was wise. That is enough. Focus on prayer and character, my son. The pattern repeated. Kareem became a father in turn, raising his children in a new country after the family fled unrest in their modest Chicago apartment. He too steered conversations away from uncomfortable details of the early Ummah. Some things are better left in the hearts of the scholars, he told his curious son Faisal. Our faith is built on love and submission, not questions that weaken the spirit. Faisal nodded, as generations before him had nodded. The silence passed like an inheritance, comforting, familiar, and heavy. Faisal grew up surrounded by the vibrant Muslim community in Illinois. He memorized surahs, attended Friday prayers, and defended his faith in school debates. Yet the questions lingered.
Muslim living on Illinois, but it's America.
Yet the questions lingered in quiet moments, especially after he began studying history on his own. One autumn evening, while his father was away at work, Faisal sat at the family laptop. He typed the name he had heard, whispered only in passing, Aisha bint Abi Bakr. What he found shattered the gentle image he had been given.
Hello?
Hadiths recorded in Sahih Bukhari and Muslim sources revered across the Sunni world stated that Aisha was betrothed at 6 years old, and the marriage was consummated when she was 9. She had been playing with dolls. The Prophet was in his 50s. Faisal read the accounts again and again, cross-referencing scholarly defenses that spoke of different historical calendars, cultural norms of the time, or political alliances. Some modern voices denied the numbers outright or called them fabrications. Others insisted the marriage was a mercy and a blessing. His hands trembled. The denial he had inherited suddenly felt like a live omission repeated across decades. His grandfather, his father, now the community around him. They had all chosen silence or softening over the raw record. That night when his father returned, Faisal waited until the house was quiet. He found Kareem in the living room sipping tea and reviewing work emails. Father? Faisal said, his voice steadier than he felt. Why did no one ever tell me the truth about Aisha's age? Kareem froze. The cup paused halfway to his lips for a long moment. The only sound was the hum of the refrigerator. Son, some truths are difficult. They test faith. Better to focus on the beauty of Islam, the Prophet's mercy. Mercy? The word burst from Faisal like a wound opening. I am a Muslim. I love the Prophet. I pray 5 times a day because of what he brought. But you let me walk through life believing a sanitized version, as if the real history would break me. Grandfather did it to you. You did it to me. How many generations have we lied to our children because the truth is uncomfortable? Kareem looked away, shame flickering across his face. It was to protect you. The enemies of Islam use these things to attack us. By hiding it, we make it worse, Faisal replied, tears stinging his eyes. I feel betrayed. Not by the past. I can wrestle with history and context and still choose faith. I feel betrayed by my own blood. You taught me that truth is from Allah, that we seek knowledge, even if it is bitter. You withheld this as if I were too weak to handle what our own books say. What else haven't you told me? What other parts of our tradition are we too afraid to face? The older man sat silent, the generational chain finally meeting resistance. Faisal continued, voice crackling. I love this deen, but love without honesty becomes fragile. I wanted to pass something stronger to my own future children one day, not this same curtain of silence. I wanted to be able to say, here is the full record. Here are the difficulties. Here is why I still believe. Instead, I feel like I was raised inside a beautiful but incomplete story. Kareem reached out, but his hand hovered uncertain. For the first time in the line, a father had no ready answer to close the door. The unspoken thread had finally been pulled into the light. Faisal left the room heavy with grief and strange relief. The betrayal burned, but so did a new resolve. To study deeply, to question rigorously, and perhaps one day to speak openly to his own son without fear. The cycle of gentle denial had broken. Truth, however painful, had entered the family line. Amen.
love. I think he was a important man. But he was a prophet. I don't think he was a thought. He never connected with that. And I think that is what we need to study. And I agree with you, but Jesus is very important.
I hate to break the bad news to you, but since you don't read books, unfortunately, Jesus Christ, the Lord and Savior of mankind, did declare that he was the Son of God.
I never
No, but don't say that.
Hello. My brothers, may I speak now? I'm a recent convert. And I want to away from Islam. You know, Islam is a religion of violence, the religion of violence and child molestation. And I want to say,
Where are you from? Where I don't know.
from Somaliland.
Oh really? Oh, you said it. But my president was in Israel.
That's so good.
I don't hate. You know, I'm
used to convert to Judaism.
I'm from no, but that's the problem you guys have. You guys like no, I don't think it's necessary for you to hate Islam, in my opinion.
Guys, no, I am converting to Judaism. Since my people in Somaliland are going back to their original religion, which is Habibi, can I finish my quote? Bro, I have been waiting for a very long time.
Both are evil, okay? Muhammad and Jesus are the same stupid guys. Thank you.
You can't because the Jesus name.
My president just went to Israel. We are going to Somaliland. Is going to
I don't like what
Judaism.
The religion. Please, can you talk about your own problem with religion? Because I feel like when you bring religion, that means that tells you don't have
I'm a little confused here. Did anybody enjoy the story I just read about Faisal and his? What'd you think about it? Now that the truth is out there, now that the truth of Muhammad, a man in his 50s, decided to sleep with a 6-year-old, what do you think about it? From an apologetics perspective, obviously, epistemologically, of course. Anyone here theologically inclined to comment on the little story I just read? Hello? Hello? Can anybody hear the question? Did you all hear the question? Hello?
Be racist now. Hello, I'm half German.
Hello?
Do not disrespect me.
All right, well, anyways, I guess you guys want to enjoy the Riri show. So if you have a bottle of Absolute, or if you like Stolichnaya, or whatever, there's a lot of good brands out there you can get at the grocery store. Riri likes them all, as long as it's clear and, adds a little zest and spirit.
I do not do dates, stuff like that. That's not my part.
You don't like Turkish dates? Oh, I love Turkish dates.
I'm a good girl.
Well, Muhammad wasn't so good in his 50s. Naughty, naughty, naughty.
I want to talk about the Somaliland conversion to Judaism.
Oh, really?
Why did they convert to Judaism?
They're so close. They're within proximity to each other. Obviously, they're connected somehow. One of the lost tribes of Israel, I'd say, right? Congratulations. All the tribes are coming back together. Excuse me? Hello? What I'm trying to say is that because they're so geographically connected, it's just a natural ally. And also, the radical Muslims that have taken over that beautiful country. Hello? 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 So, as I was saying, I hope that these two great countries will come together and the people of Somaliland will finally be free of these radical jihadist pirates that have taken and captured their country. Inshallah and Rabbono Shalom. Hello?
Hello. I I'm my Mimi, like my family's from Germany. So I remember when I was really young, I never understood the difference between I don't want to give too much details, but just saying I'm excited to meet you for so long. It's very exciting. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't have anything else to say.
Well, I just want to say the Arab man in the chat said that I believe in the false Messiah.
It means a lot to me because
Uh-huh.
as a child,
Yeah.
I've always seen the different
Uh-huh.
cultures and I've always
Oh, hey, Aurora. Welcome to the stage. Long time no see. How are you, Aurora? Good to see you, Aurora. How's everything going for you? Are you still going to the country club on the weekends?
I'm loving it. You know what funny thing is? I've never seen anyone hugging each other like little hugging each other. Literally. You know, my little sister was there. She was Somaliland president. But I loved it. It was nice. It was hugging Christina. That's my home.
How's everything going, Aurora? Narges, are you there, Narges? Nero, Smiler? Hello?
I'm excited.
Hello? Can we get back on topic here?
Okay, fine.
What does Messiah mean in Islam?
I'm not trying to argue with anybody. I'm trying to find.
What does Messiah mean in Islam? That's the question we're trying to answer here right now. What does Messiah mean in Islam?
Messiah means that, in my opinion, what happened in Tel Aviv, not Jerusalem.
Its surface is barren. Its true strength is hidden. Its forbidding desert conceals the power to fold space, to slow time, to send the mind where the body cannot go. It is the source of the ultimate power. It is the deadly battleground where a young leader will emerge to command an army of 6 million warriors against the tyrannical force that threatens to enslave the universe. It is the clash for the greatest prize of all, the planet called Dune, a world beyond your experience, beyond your imagination.
Annie, why didn't you come to Somaliland? You're fantastic.
Oh, you're a little angry? Something wrong? Why are you giving me the angry emoji, Muhammad? Bro. You're not listening. That's projection. That's projection alert. Projection alert. The projection alert system has been activated. The projection alert system has been activated. The projection alert system has been activated.
Your Messiah wasn't king. He was
The projection alert system has been activated.
He was murdered.
The ad hominem projection alert system has been activated.
Yeah, they killed him. So he's
Hello?
the Messiah.
Hello?
I don't think he's interested what you have to say.
Oh, your book looks great. I can't wait to buy it. So we're trying to answer the question here. What does Messiah mean in Islam? Oh, Megatron's back. Great. We can finally get back on topic here.
Yes. And I was listening to little bits of that because I was on the train. I wish I would have listened to the whole thing, but
He was amazing.
You can read it. It's on X.
Did you know what the story was
Yeah,
about?
but don't do the prophet. Please leave the prophet alone, please.
No, listen. Did you understand the story?
I know. I just don't want you to disrespect the prophet. I don't want you to say that.
No one is making fun of the prophet. I'm talking about when it went from one generation to the next, right? how each person acts in the story. But that's Arab culture, like it's different cultures. Like if you look at European cultures or other American, if you look at American culture, it changed recently. Like you can get married to the age of 14, like 13, in American ideology as well. But it doesn't matter who you are. So I don't think we should discriminate any religion. Like, that's what I'm saying. Anyway.
Yeah, why was I banned from this room?
Oh, I don't know who it was who actually blocked. I can ask you, are you Muslim?
Oh, I didn't have this.
Everybody hates you know the funny thing? I'm from Somaliland and my president went to Israel and everybody hates Somaliland. All the Muslims. I'm Somali, so I'm good to do it. I don't really care Arabs or if you're African Muslim or you're Arab Muslim, you're relevant because you're always sucking up to Somalis. You want to be Somali. So it's all about the people in diaspora. Even, you know, the funny things, Ilhan Omar hasn't spoken about anything about like my president because you cannot do that. Never each other. So the point is, she said something the other day about, people like from Palestine, it's all nonsense. Because she knew that our president from Somaliland is getting me Netanyahu. She's playing the psychology game. So yeah. So I'm just saying, Arab people bring it on. It's not about the religion. You're Arab, I'm African, I'm black, even though, well, half black, which is okay. I can still be black. I think I can. It's the only issue that I have is my eyes. I hate my eyes. I really do. My eyes, I don't like the way I look. You know, my nose, my eyes, I don't like it. But I'm saying I'm African, a little bit of Germany, England, but I'm just saying that as a Somali, so if you look at my PDR, like that is the female, like these women, that's my one is like my upper side. The woman with the glasses with the hijab is my upper side. The woman with the blonde hair is my maybe side, my other side. I love it. This picture means a lot to me.
It is a beautiful picture, and you are to be congratulated on the beauty of that photo. You are truly and absolutely a beautiful woman, and your mother is so gorgeous. You're also lucky to be living in such a prosperous and abundant society. But as we are discussing the Somalilanders, they who are converting to Judaism are seeking the protection. Hello? Oh, you don't like the way that I sound? Sorry for... Oh, isn't that a beautiful picture? Put that picture in the frame. Somebody screenshot that beautiful picture. Put it in the frame. It is so gorgeous. Lovely, 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 lovely. Beautiful. Let's get back on topic, shall we? Focus here. Concentrate. Maintain discipline. Hello?
Oh my goodness. I love you.
Sometimes it takes a stern award.
It is so amazing. Oh my gosh. He has a lot of talent. Okay, what do you want to talk about? Go on.
Well, let's get back on topic. What does Messiah mean in Islam?
I want to ask
on. What's your question? No, go on. You want to ask a question? What's your question? Go on.
Yeah. So, when on October 7th, right? When they kidnapped, can you hear me?
Yeah.
When they kidnapped the women from and they took them, I guess, to Gaza, right? And they had these women there. What do you think was running, since you're a Muslim, right? What do you think was running through the Muslim women's minds? That what were they going to do to these women that they took as captives? What did you think they were going to do with them? Like, did you ever think about that? Did you like what is protocol at that point? So I'm just wondering.
Can I ask you a question as well? If you don't mind.
Can you answer mine first before? I don't understand why this happens every time I ask a Muslim a question. They never want to answer the question. Like,
okay, so I think at that time that means a lot to me as we read.
Yeah,
I love people that I care about, people that I love. So I don't think it's anything about Islam, in my opinion. It was.
So what are you saying? So it's nothing about Islam. So the people dying in Gaza has nothing to do with Islam. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
But you asked me October the 7th with 8 or something.
Yeah, I'm asking you, when they took the women, when they took those captives, for whatever reason, they felt like it, I'm not sure why, but if they did, right, and they took them back, what's the protocol for Muslim women?
That was not Islam.
What is the etiquette? What is the etiquette, right, for captives being kidnapped? Like, is there...
I don't think it's about Islam, in my opinion. It was about politics. It's nothing to do with Islam. Islam is a large community. They live around the world. So I don't.
So what if I said to you that there's something within your corpus that has rules of engagement and they get these ideas, yeah, they get these ideas.
That's why they get destroyed in society. Because if I may say, I'm from Somaliland. Like I said, so my president, when he was talking today or yesterday, when he was in Tel Aviv or Jerusalem, he's a Muslim man, he's practically Islam, and he believes like legit Islam. But I don't agree with it. You cannot kill someone, kidnap, abandon, because you believe in this. It's about politics, nothing to do with religion, in my opinion. That's relevant. So when people say Palestine, that's them. That is ideology. It's nothing to do with Islam. Because we talk about Congo, what's happening in other countries, Islam going around the world, and I think there's certain group that do that in society because I don't know, they're quite weird, but no, it's not Islam. I don't agree with that. So Islam does not mean.
So my question.
So I want to attack someone.
Okay. You want to ask me a question? You can ask me a question if you want.
My question was, where are you from?
I'm from New York.
But where's your background, ethnicity?
I'm Spanish.
Oh, I like Spain. Spain, you're Spanish as in from Spain?
Yes, Ray, when somebody says they're Spanish, that means that they are from Spain.
Okay. Thank you for educating me. I appreciate that. So, where are you from as well? You have a lovely accent.
I was born inside of Uranus, next to Saturn. I'm not from this planet known as Earth, because I've figured out that this planet only has mental retardation and brain rot and I can't possibly be a part of that, so I must not be from this planet. I think I was brought here by a group of conservative capitalist atheists that got off the game, the video game here on Earth, and they transported me into Uranus. It is inside Uranus that we practice laissez-faire capitalism with no government intervention of any kind. We've separated state from economics completely. Our government is fully automated now. We no longer have civil servants or public elections. Everything is going great. Where are you from, Riri? What country is you from?
It's kind of like my Diali G accent of like the most toxic, annoying British
person you could ever hope to meet.
Sorry about that.
Hello? Hello?
So I'm Spanish. What about you? So are you on basic Somali? Why are you asking me? Just trying to figure that out. I'm asking you.
Well, let's get back on topic here, everybody. You're in the Bible and Quran house. We're trying to answer the following question. What does Messiah mean in Islam? If you're new to the room, raise your hand. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
I got the best answer today, and he told me that Muhammad is the Messiah. So when he said that, I said, you know what?
I think the Messiah is my uncle because he wanted to Jerusalem, and he had Assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam. My uncle said Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim today. I think he's the Messiah. He's like the open door of the Messiah, in my opinion. So yeah, you know.
That's the thing, right? So I asked you about the catechism because this is kind of like how your religion started. Right?
No, but yeah, I
pay attention to me what I'm saying to you. Took over so much land, right? At a land mass that there had to be,
But you wouldn't understand what Jewish is. The thing is, if you're not Muslim and you're not Jewish, you will never understand where I'm coming from. That's the problem. Okay, go on.
No, I understand. You probably don't.
No. Do you have a background of understanding about Islam? I don't know. Are you Muslim background? I'm not sure. Are you Jewish?
What would that matter?
What the hell? That's the situation for me. Because it helps me, not you. I don't
it helps because you need some latch on to what I believe is that just right? The ones that you focus on, which is part of which is
in Europe, you have to understand in European society, nobody cares about Jesus. There's more Christianity ideology that exists in Europe.
You're the one who believes in Jesus.
I don't. I do. Yeah.
So I'm not. So I don't know why you brought that up.
No, I'm just saying. I don't believe in Jesus is like God. I believe he's a prophet. Islamic way. I believe he's a God. He's not a God. He's just like a prophet.
Quran says he's a prophet. Says he's Messiah.
Messiah is a very important question. I think the ideology of Christianity, they believe in the Messiah is Jesus. So I don't know how it works. He needs to support ideology of Jerusalem. He's going to Jerusalem is very important society.
Why is Jerusalem important?
It's already
that's not where Muhammad was.
No, Muhammad didn't. He was there somehow. But I think that I'm a Muslim, even though I have a other side differently. But my point is, I believe in you have to have a connection with God. God.
So I just want to know, how do you have that connection with God when your religion is based on taking over areas, and it probably has, like most women put themselves in the position of having your husband having conflicts.
You Christian background, right?
No. I'm asking about the Islam. You should be able to answer the question. If you feel uncomfortable, it's fine, but it has to be honest with you. And I don't know if I at least one or two to think that.
Okay, maybe you can still try me, but I'm not really into guys for Islamic ideology. I think ideology and all of them. And don't get involved in, because my family is like everybody in my family. Like when I go to Germany, like some of them are Jewish. When I go to England, family, some of them are Christianity. When I went to Somaliland, my Abba is 100% family is Muslim. So I don't like to get involved in religion. I don't like that. I'm a bit confused. If that makes sense.
So you came into a room that was called Bible and Quran, and it says, "What does the Messiah mean in Islam?" And you say you don't want to speak about. Did I trap you?
No.
I apologize. Did I give a false advertisement? And did I trap you in there? Should I change the title?
You did Islamically. I just Islam.
So then you do want to talk about it.
No, I love being Muslim. I think I'm a Muslim, in my opinion. My behavior is Islam. I'm a good person. In Islam, they would judge me because of how I behave. I'm a good girl, but I do like to, I learned from my grandparents in Germany. They drink a lot of wine, and I learned from that. But Islam is not allowed to drink alcohol. And that is one issue. I'm a good girl. I don't. In society, I don't date. I don't misbehave, but I do drink a lot.
But nobody has the law basically something. They're not doing something. I'm not judging.
That's not bad. That looks bad in Islam.
Baby, don't go on these social audio acts and tell people you drink a lot of alcohol. Just stop drinking alcohol, Ray. Naughty girl. You naughty little girl. Stop drinking so much. Stop drinking so much Bacardi. And so much vodka. Stop drinking so much gin, Ray.
No, I don't want to drink. I do not, but I
Just go back to the mosque and pray to Muhammad to save you. Try to read the book once in a while and say, come on here and just aimlessly talking about all kinds of fucking shit. Now stop. Try that from facade. Try to take your brain and focus your brain on reading a book. Try that sometime. Maybe it will help your drinking problem.
Let me ask you a question. What pain are you trying to drink away? Something happened.
that's private.
Something happened to you as a child. Something happened to you as a child.
Actually, my family is very poor. Nothing happened to me as a child. I don't think you have to drink because something happened to you. I don't deal with that. I think
She drinks because she is very privileged, of course.
religion is very confusing for a little child.
But what is it you're trying to chase away, Riri, with the booze? What is it? Can't you answer a fucking question directly without fucking going off into a tangent about some fucking bullshit? Hello? Hello?
I grab him.
Is that Iron? A-Y-N?
No, he's lovely. No,
Is that the letter Iron?
It's lovely.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh. You don't know.
No, me could be. I don't know, but he's a comedian.
Yeah, I know. Hi, John.
His name is John.
Hello, Joanna. We're sitting here trying to get Riri to answer a fucking question directly. The question was, why do you keep coming on Clown House to drink gin all day long and talk about all kinds of bullshit? The fuck are you? What are you trying to erase from your memory? What is it?
Anyway, if I go back to the question you asked me, I think it's nothing. I think it's more of religion, like especially race. When it comes to race, like it's very important to. I think people that it's not about. I think men and women are very selfish, in my opinion, and sometimes they get married because they're so selfish, and they create a child, different religion, different backgrounds. It's quite unfair, in my opinion. So that can affect someone.
Well, thank you for not answering the question. Obviously, you're incapable of answering it. So we're gonna move. Hello? 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 Excuse me. Excuse me.
This is really what I'm asking you.
I asked you a question because I feel like.
No, you can answer the question. So I have a friend in the program, and I do care for them. And there is this conversation that we never talk about, and it's been coming up in the last few days. And I feel the same seal that both of you have. Now, let me tell you something. I haven't died before. And I think there's some other people that have the kids. And it's really difficult for me to think that you're part of this group that supports certain people and defends it. It's just something about it that really makes it so uncomfortable that I rarely talk about it. Rarely bring it up. But, I don't know. I guess it's okay to be guys then.
I think I understand where you can enlighten me a little bit more. So I'm a bit confused. You asked me a question and I asked you back. I told you, you were like, oh, why would you do this? Because you're a child, what happened to your childhood? Level of psychology, and I said there's no need for me to talk about that. I just said that if you are from where I'm from, especially because I'm like from Germany as well as Cardiff in England. So it depends who you are as a child and how you grow up and your parents.
This is the thing, right? There's prayers in Sunni Islam or even in the other Shia that have Aisha part of these prayers. Aisha is embedded in your religion. There is no escape Aisha. And anyone that believes in religion is going to have to accept the fact that the Prophet married a young woman, a young girl, a baby, pretty much a fucking child.
Well, that's happening in Christianity as well.
So you're okay with this behavior? You condone? No. But you're saying, well, it happens in Christianity, so you condone this behavior, right? So why did you bring up Christianity if you don't condone it? Because it sounds like you're looking out. It sounds like you're looking. Sounds like
the Bible. No, but hush, child. Really speaking.
Bitch.
Oh, you're very happy. Why would you swear?
I love this Elon Omar, whatever the hell her name is. She was German. Oh, God. There we go. I love
remember this right here. Don't forget this, bro. Remember these moments. Here, let me put this again. He said, "There's nothing but bitch." Listen.
I know more, whatever the hell her name is. With the little shoe, the little turban. I love her. She comes in, there's nothing but bitch. She's always complaining. She comes from a country where, I mean, it's considered about the worst country in the world, right? They have no military, they have no nothing, they have no parliament. They don't know what the hell the word parliament means. They have nothing. They have no police. They police themselves. They kill each other all the time. I love it. She comes from our country, and she's always complaining about the Constitution allows me to do this. The Constitution, we ought to get her the hell out. She married her brother in order to get in, right? She married her brother.
No, she has dude, we let her come from her country. We imported her from her country to come here and tell us how to run our country and tell us about our country. What is wrong with us, bro? It's our fault.
Can you imagine if Donald Trump married his sister? Beautiful. She's a beautiful person.
This shit's cool. What Christians do? What kind of business is that? Because I think we should talk about it. As a human being, we need to make a difference. I agree with you 100%. We can't label certain community and say other communities better than other community. Christianity do the same, we must want others to do the same thing. Same shit. There's no difference. It's nice. That's nice. I had a fight now. I would like to fight. No point in talking about the problem. We need to find a solution as well.
Some people at Brighton Park are really fed up. Yeah, residents there say.
What up, everybody?
See this scratch?
Auto shop will easily charge you $2,000.
James Toronto here today from
Like any good target, what I have to be able to do is I need to put the pipper on point. In other words, I need to put this gun sight, so to speak, where I want it to be. Otherwise, what I'm doing is I'm just hosing a target indiscriminately. That's not what I look to do. I don't want buckshot. I want sharp shot. So the first thing that I need to do, as anyone will tell you, is I have to recon my target area quite well so as to be able to acquire viable targets and also to avoid collateral damage.
I think
The assessment bureau technology do a very good job in doing that with increasing sophistication. They're not used individually, they're used in a way that's called co-registry. I can use forms of neuroimaging, and these are diverse. They run the gamut from the older forms, such as things like computerized tomography and single photon emission tomography, to the much newer forms that utilize a highly specific electromagnetic pulse signal, not only to be able to image certain brain areas, but also to image tracts, communicating networks and nodes within the brain in a directional way in rather rapid time. I can utilize more physiological recordings such as electroencephalography. I've dialed in the specificity of that as well through the use of quantitative techniques. I can also look at neurogenomics and neurogenetics, taking a look at genetic profiles of individuals and groups to be able to determine what genes may be in fact coding for certain structures and functions of the brain. I can utilize proteomics and other forms of biomarkers, and I can utilize neurocyber-informatics. In other words, I can harness all of these forms of assessments to a big data approach.
you know what? I'll tell you something really funny, eh? So my grandmother's from Germany. She's very rich. Her name, my family has a very important name in Germany. And they pay for like me to go to rehab all the time. Like, oh, rehab, go to rehab. They have to stop drinking. Like, you know, I am a Muslim. I do claim to be Islam. But I do respect the religion because for me to drink, academically, like, that's idiotic. I cannot claim being Muslim and I'm keep drinking. I'm not perfect. But I understand. I don't like what they use religion. I don't like that. I think you have your own issue. You need to find solution with your own problem as a human being. And a lot of people's like, oh, because you're Christian, or fucking I hate Islam, I hate Christian, I hate Jewish, blah blah. No, I don't agree with that because I'm from all of those religions in my family. Some of my family are Dutch, you know, and I think like because of my family, wow, I think we all have issue you with.
Absolutely right. And I'm also, my family's got a very powerful and important and influential name in Great Britain. Not just Germany, but also France. And so it's just like we all got to treat each other with love, bruh. And everything's got to be alright. We all just got to come on Clubhouse every fucking day and run our fucking mouths all fucking day about nothing. And everything will be fine. And by the way, my family's got a very important name in Germany. And they were very well respected. And anyways, as I was saying, what are we not talking about here?
You sound like me, I love it. But anyway, I continue. But the point is that I think that we should play. Someone can bomb someone and say, I love that, or I'm going to attack you. That's nothing to do with religion, in my opinion. You have your own issue. Don't use the religion. But or Christianity or whiteness, oh, so white. What is the definition of being white? Like, really? American white? Interesting. So, I think these people that doesn't have anything in their life, and I tend to realize when it comes to Americans, 90% of Americans has not left America. They have never explored other cultures, never experienced.
You're absolutely right. I've got a question for you, Riri. I wanted to ask you a question. One sign. We want to get at your ego and your individuality. Are you a Pisces? Are you Aquarius? That's why you're Aquarius. Are you Capricorn? What we want to understand here is your relations, your emotions, your intuition, and your wealth. Also, your love, your health, your balance, and your creativity.
Really? Do I have that? Really? Let's work together then.
To understand the zodiac, first we must understand the elements and the modes. 4 elements represent the idea of oneness that molds all life and embodies the ultimate perfection. The elements are the basic building blocks of our universe. Although all are in each of us, we are more attuned to 1 or 2 elements. Fire, inspiration, born to love. Romance, intuition. Lesson of power. Water. Emotions. Receptive feelings. Lesson of peace. Air. Intellect. Versatility. Idealistic. Lesson of brotherhood. Earth. Practical. Concentrated. Force. Sensations. Lesson of service. The modes represent the three basic qualities of life, also called quadruplicities, because of the four signs in each. Cardinal signs initiate and set the tone for a season. Dynamic. Fixed signs carry through the purpose of a season. Persevering. Mutable. Signs conclude and assimilate a season. Adaptable. Your sun signs is the constellation the sun was in when you were born. It is your creative abilities and the qualities you need to develop for growth. Sun signs express spirit, individuality, and health. They are a starting point for a birth chart. Sun signs are the strongest inborn traits and elements of an individual that are not likely to change in life. The 12 signs of the zodiac correspond to the 12 parts of the grand man, the Adam Kadmon.
I think I got better reception now. Yes.
Screaming at Riri, her zodiac.
Riri is so what was the purpose of Jesus being born in a virgin? I think Islamically, I'm not good at religion, but Islamically talking about that, indeed. Well, why do you think that is? Well, I'm not great. Okay, I cannot debate with you when it comes to religion. I'm absolutely rubbish. I cannot do that. I'm so sorry. I don't know anything, so I do understand science, but when it comes to religion, no, I don't. I'm here to learn as well, so yeah. I just find what I'm aware of scientifically. I can answer questions about science.
I just want to say, it says he's here to learn, which is perfect because that's all we do is teach Muslims about their religion.
No, I don't discriminate in religion. When it comes to religion, I'm aesthetic. Like I'm talking about Islamic ideology. I'm not here to debate about Islamically, but I know Christianity because but I do not debate with Islam.
Do your teachers and the mosque and stuff, do you like rallying towards you guys?
She doesn't go to the bus church. She doesn't go. I didn't go because I have to.
Because you're more Gothic guy?
If you want to talk about Islam, I'm sure you can find someone that I don't like to get involved in. So being born of a brother is not something wrong with like Adam. That's just nothing special. Right? I was born a mother and a father who are Christian. My mom and father are Muslim. She follows Islam. Well, my father was Muslim, a very devoted Islam man. My mother is Jewish. She believes in Jewish because if you're Christian, like my father's brother got married to Christianity, she's Christian. So my cousins are all family. But what I'm trying to explain to you is that as a Muslim man, you can get married to others. But as really, I'm not allowed to marry Christian or Jewish or outside of my religion. But my brother can do that. It's fine in religion. No, that's fine. I mean, you're okay with being the second wife and not being told and having concubines and stuff. That's cool. No, I don't do that. I'm not getting married. But I'm just saying in Islam what I've learned, because I was quite confused when I was a girl, when I was a child.
I was quite lucky because my Mimi, which is mother. So my mother used to go to certain places. I was really young. I was quite confused. Yeah. But so religion can make a child really, really confused. And
Again, this purports to be what's in the memorandum of understanding. Maybe it's not accurate, but this is what's being reported by El Arabian. Fine. On signing this memorandum of understanding, the Islamic Republic of Iran will immediately take steps to ensure that the movement of merchant ships from the Persian Gulf to the Sea of Oman and vice versa is resumed within 30 days to the pre-war volume, taking into account the need for the removal of technical obstacles and the neutralization of mines by Iran. This, the United States undertakes together with its regional partners to create a comprehensive plan agreed upon by both parties for the rehabilitation and economic development of the Islamic Republic of Iran, while ensuring financing of at least $300 billion. The implementation mechanism of this plan as part of the final agreement will be formulated within 60 days.
Man.
We interject that I read today, and I don't know how accurate it is, that money is not going to come from the United States, but from the Gulf states, the very Gulf states that Iran attacked during the war, if that's even plausible. But it does say that it ensures the financing of at least $300 billion. Where it comes from, according to this memorandum of understanding, those details are not included, but I wanted to interject that. So shall we take a recess? And putting through 7. The United States commits to ending on a schedule to be agreed upon as part of the final agreement all types of sanctions currently facing the Islamic Republic of Iran, including resolutions of the United Nations Security Council and the Board of Governors of the International Atomic Energy Agency.
The fuckers. 80s, baby. You guys buying SpaceX? You guys getting SpaceX or what? You got it?
Nobody does that right off the rip. Not if you know what you're doing.
Hey,
I don't know, baby.
the Islamic Republic of Iran will never produce nuclear weapons. The Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States have agreed that the state of enriched material and the state of all nuclear-related issues, including Iran's nuclear needs, will be adequately addressed in the final agreement. The final agreement will confirm the provisions of this article.
6 months, okay.
In other words,
I didn't do any
Closed for 6 months, but it'll dump soon.
the Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States agree that pending a final agreement, they will maintain the status quo. Iran will maintain the status quo.
That's NASDAQ, right? NASDAQ.
I wouldn't know. Rico knows. Yes, it is.
And the United States will not impose new sanctions on Iran, restricting its forces in the region.
How y'all doing this?
10. The United States undertakes that immediately after the signing of this memorandum of understanding,
Hell no.
and until the date of the lifting of
We're no longer friends.
the United States Treasury Department will
This
issue
parade, man,
waivers
that's sheer anarchy, bro. I can't
for
get involved.
exports of Iranian crude oil, petrochemical products, and their derivatives, and all related services, including banking, insurance, transportation, and the like.
I mean, if I'm going to light a school bus on fire, I got to buy it first.
The United States undertakes that, in light of the progress of negotiations toward a final agreement,
It's a value proposition.
restricted funds and assets of the Islamic Republic of Iran will be released and made fully available
Now you could get one
These
of those
funds,
used,
whether held in
yeah,
the
short
master
bus
account or
stuff,
transferred, will be used
When
for
they-
any
if you're
final
gonna light it on
beneficiary
fire, why would you
payment
buy it?
determined by the Central Bank of the Islamic Republic of Iran and will
What
be
does a new bus
fully
even look like? You've seen a new bus.
available
A bus
for
driver.
use.
Oh, you mean like
The United
bus.
States undertakes
I
issues
can't
all
do this. I'm
necessary
sorry.
programs
I
and
know,
licenses
God,
on its
I feel dumber because of this conversation.
Let me just interject.
What is happening?
It's hard for me to believe
Now think about it. When's the last
this
time you
is
saw a
like
brand new school bus?
what the memorandum of
When's the last time
understanding
you
says
finished
today.
high school?
This
When's the last time you were on a school bus?
A proposed
When's the last time
memorandum
you
of
were
understanding that was
By the way, short
submitted by
short buses are now after reading
Is
your
it even possible that the United States
Maybe you
is reporting the answer to that question is yes.
Right,
Just
show
tell
like
me
you
my
should,
thoughts
like that would be
as I read it.
Well,
Well,
can you imagine?
the Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States agreed that an implementation mechanism will be established the success implementation of and future
That needs to be like a bill or like some sort of like legislation.
following the signing of this memorandum of understanding upon receipt of assurances regarding the commencement of implementation of Articles 4, 5, 10, and 11 of this memorandum of understanding. Sorry, I can't remember which 4, 5, 10, and 11 are.
I got a 92 on mine.
Implementation of these steps. The Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States will enter into negotiations for a final agreement solely with respect to the remaining articles. I feel like maybe one of our attorneys can tell me what it's called Brown Boiler Science for Science.
When you go to the science, it's
And then
no such thing as the science. Yeah, that's what
the
they want.
final agreement will be approved through a binding resolution of the UN Security Council.
that cannot calculate the derivative of 2x.
Yeah, I would say for the umpteenth time. I don't know whether this is really what the final memorandum of understanding
Right,
is.
and then can you give me
But this is what Alpha
two
Radio,
different values that are within one
the
deviation
Saudi
of
State-owned
the
network,
derivative
published
of 2x?
Is this your way of
and
saying you
they
went to a
refer
shitty
to
school?
it, and I'm going to open directly
It's
as
my way of saying I could use
a
words.
copy of the
I could use
14th
words.
agreement expected to be signed on Friday between Washington and Iran.
I'm sorry, what liberty?
So I guess I kind of with my interjection told you what I think. How I
Your dumb question is derivative.
I can't believe that such written in the manner in which it has been written
You got caught.
What shitty
would
school
be
did you
agreed
go
to
to?
by the United States.
Rico?
2 points.
Whoever
The
asked
same
you
2
derivative
points that we discussed yesterday.
Palm Beach
That
Creek.
Alan brought up.
Well,
It was
so
science,
This
6x squared.
memorandum of
Ah.
understanding as published by Valeria True or not,
Get it backwards.
referring to
Derivative.
protecting the Iranian people from retribution by the regime.
you
And
said
there's nothing in this
Yeah, I'm not using all my bandwidth.
memorandum of
You know
understanding
what? Use your
recognizing that
spur
it's not the
negative
final
one, okay?
agreement that
Anybody know
refers
about
at
this rock?
all
This,
to the exportation of terrorism and the funding of terrorism by the Islamic Republic of Iran.
You guys are all Bitcoiners.
So, I'm not even
Most
coming
people
to
don't know.
I don't think I need to come any further for
Yes.
people to know
I'm just a token
how
of
I feel about this, if in fact it is.
If you
The
don't
final
know Bitcoin, it's
memorandum,
because you don't understand it.
which
How much
again is a tentative agreement, it's not the final agreement, I recognize it. But we can see in which direction it is going if in fact the information that I read to you is accurate, but please feel free to question the veracity of what I read. It's not my work, and so I am not endorsing it, I'm just reporting what's being reported. So with that, I will call folks in the order in which I see them on the stage. And today that order begins with Marshall, followed by Ann.
I am in the Colonia, so can you hear me? Sometimes there's bad reception. Okay, I'll jump on the bandwagon and doubt the veracity too. Because as much as I'm not a fan of the current president or his advisors, I have a really hard time believing he would agree to something like that, or at least the people around him would accept it. Having said that, if this is actually the memorandum of understanding, we might as well just get the JCPOA and not done anything. Not even put military resources in the region.
Well, it's worse. It's worse. I mean, I don't know. The way I read that
If it was true, it would be a humiliation for the United States.
The way that I read that one point, and maybe it's interpreted differently by the parties, we're going to pull up states and remove our bases from the Middle East. Is that even possible?
That was the first question I had.
Right. If the United States really agree to that? Does that make sense to anybody?
Not just that, like we would give the Middle East region to China and Russia, which is who would end up taking that spot. It just unless the president's utterly lost his mind, which the guy sometimes is truthful and sometimes just tells bald-faced lies. If he's really lost his mind, well, we're in for it. But for our sake as Americans, I genuinely hope we're not in for it. So that's
Right.
very.
Right. Again, we don't know how accurate this reporting is, but it's the closest we've got to hearing what's really in the memorandum of understanding.
Yeah, so speculation on speculation.
Right.
If it's true, it's obviously for us. I will tell veracity. I used Al-Qaeda when I was in college as a source for Middle Eastern news, and have found it to be biased toward the Saudis, obviously, and toward the Arab world, but not like Al Jazeera. I found Al Jazeera to be a bit more opinionated than Al Arabiya. Maybe that's just the function of it being state TV, like ORT in Russia. They're probably pretty boring too. But it did occur to me, so I'll leave it there because we speculated on speculation.
Yeah, thank you, Marshall. I know Alan's got a lot to say about this. Alan, followed by.
How do you know, Gary? I've got a lot to say. I don't have nothing to say. I'm going to call White House, say, why don't you send the key to the White House and just get over it. Put the rest of the United States in the silver platter and hand it to the Islamic regime of Iran and then call it even. What is this? I cannot believe my own ears. Are you serious? Are you really getting out of this? And what the hell you started to begin with? Why did you start that? We could have just sit there and just smoke our peace pipe and don't worry about anything. Let them to do what the hell they want to do. Why did we start this? Why President Trump just jumped on the whatever they call it and says help is on the way, and then this is what it is? I mean, you just broke the 80 million Iranian hearts. Israelis, I'm sure they pissed off. I've been listening to these videos Rika sent me. Man, these 3-4 ladies nailed it. And one question, simple question. What happened if Iran doesn't stand to whatever they promised? When they started doing it, which is going to be a second time, when was the first time they did that?
Yeah, if I was Iran, I would wait till all the U.S. military assets are gone, and then break the promises, right? If all the bases are gone, if all of our bases are gone, they can do whatever they damn well please.
There you go.
I can't. The Gulf state. This is not. By the way, people think this is only about Israel. It is not only about Israel.
No, it's not.
No,
it's not.
The Gulf states are very
Israel
concerned.
is one end. Yeah, Israel is one end, and then the rest of the Middle East, it's on the other one. And then I bet you these two requests is probably pushed by China and Russia. Right?
And I will repeat this because I know everybody heard it. and this is probably the 20th time, we don't know whether the information that I just read from Al Arabia about the memorandum of understanding is even accurate. Perhaps it is not, but if it is accurate, that would be my comment. Howard, followed by Kitover.
Hey, Gary and Alan, thanks for that take. Yeah, obviously the comment about U.S. military bases, that doesn't seem like that would be something certainly we would agree to. Two things you identified that aren't mentioned, Gary, and we've discussed this before, but I just want to reiterate both of them actually. There should be, if we're going to really have a memo of understanding and really have a deal that's perhaps even different than the JCPOA, there needs to be language about cease and desist of state sponsorship of terrorism to others like satellite organizations, whether it's Hezbollah or the Houthis. So that's not mentioned. That to me is a must-have if you're really going to do this type of deal. The second is what you also brought up about guaranteeing really the civil rights, the human rights of its citizenship because of its past behaviors. Yeah, that should be part of the agreement. That should be binding. And then there's three other things I just bring up for suggestion. If this is really part of an agreement that's going to develop, one was the topic that we talked about yesterday, that it's clearly agreed to that the Strait of Hormuz, that is actually international waters, that now one country owns that. Second, as it relates to the nuclear.
He kicked me.
What's the compliance and inspection protocols and processes and resources? And then last but not least, I'm being a little sarcastic, of course, with this last point, but if this truly was going to be a game changer type of an agreement, and that's ultimately what the president, he wants out of this, but if you really wanted to define his legacy, his presidency, then where's the last point in the agreement that Iran commits to joining the Abraham Accords? And I'll land it there. Thank you.
All very important points and all, very loud points by their admission. Sometimes what's not said is more important than what is said. Again, I will say, and I may say it to the point of ad nauseum, the people come into the room. So it's very important repeating. Right. Monday.